So we're in the run-up to Mobile World Congress 2020, as ever in Barcelona. I'm here with Dario Talmesio from Omdia. Dario,
Correct.
People know you as Dario Talmesio from Ovum, but now it's Omdia. Just tell us about that quickly.
Well, it's Dario Talmesio from Omdia, formerly Ovum.
Okay.
Which is not just Ovum, it's Ovum, IHS, and many other brands in the market.
Okay, so Omdia is a new research outfit, part of Informatech, and Ovum is now part of that.
Correct.
So you're now Dario from Omdia. Have to remember that. Okay,
Correct.
All right. So that's out of the way. We can now talk about MWC. So obviously, it is the massive show of the year. It's the biggest concentration of people in the telecom space. What are the things that you're expecting to be hearing about, but also talking to people about at the show?
Okay, right. So as you said, it is the largest event of the year. It's the most important event of the year in the mobile industry. Is Mobile World Congress. So let's start with that. Number one, it's a mobile network event. So the most important news and the most important discussion will be going around networks. Last year, 5G was on. And by the way, networks this time of the year means 5G. Last year, we had about 50 operators launching with a combination of EMBB and FWA. The market wasn't really a huge market, probably 15 million in total. But this year, we always say 2020 is going to be the year of 5G, for real. And that means the Mobile World Congress 2020 is the Mobile World Congress of 5G. Now, the discussion moves into the real market. So last year, we have seen many networks being launched. This year, we are adding more frequencies to those networks. Mm-hmm. So we are adding more coverage. We are adding more capacity. But where it all shifts is in the intelligent part of the network. It's on the core. So whether the previous years we were talking about radio and coverage and devices, this year most of the discussions and most of the details will come from what is a 5G core, what is a combined 4G and 5G core, and what can you do with it.
Okay.
Together with that, obviously, there will be big news about devices, right? Devices, as we know, we are expecting the prices to go very, very, very low to prices that are affordable to most people.
Blimey, well, that would be something. But on the core, is there unanimity in how the introduction of a 5G core is going to take place, and what kind of advantages having a 5G core will have over just relying on the 4G core for a while?
From this year, we're going to see some details about what use cases service providers want to enable first in their 5G core.
Yep.
So this is probably the most interesting part of the announcement. Whether the previous years it was, yes, eventually we go to standalone. Now this year it will be we go to standalone because we have industrial use cases that have these applications, and these applications have specific characteristics we want to support.
Okay.
So same with healthcare, same with automotive, and so on and so forth. So,
do you think it's a case of build it and we hope it'll happen, or there's pent-up demand, so we need to get this in the network and need to start making use of it?
In technology, there's always a bit of a combination of the two approaches. Build it and it will come, but also I need this, bring it to me. I think when we talk to industries and we talk to those specifically, I would say, enterprises and industries that need specialized connectivity, it's not a build it and then it will come eventually. It's, okay, this is the performance I need from your network. Can you give it to me or not? Does your 5G core enable to do that? And the answer in some cases, in many cases, is yes, it will. So on that, I don't think we are throwing a network in the market and hopefully someone will make something out of it. It's probably the other way around, and maybe for the first time.
Okay. So, I mean, obviously, in terms of the network architecture and the capabilities, the core, it's like the next big thing. The specs are going to be finalized soon, and that will sort of open up a lot more activity in the 5G core market. But what's the bigger helicopter view in terms of of the future or the next generation mobile network, because this isn't just the same kind of architecture that we've had in 3G and 4G, is it? It's a different approach.
It's a different approach, and it's in a way you can call it a purpose-built connectivity. This is the difference, or it's a programmable connectivity, or it's a specialized connectivity, which is completely different to what has happened in the past, where you build a network, a macro network that is the same for everybody.
Right.
Now, you can introduce eventually at some point slices, you can introduce isolation for security, and you can introduce all sorts of things that make that network that is a macro network still look a little bit more private or completely private to those enterprises and to those industries that do need a private connectivity or private infrastructure. So it's in a way delivering an experience that is as similar as possible to owning entirely your network, but delivering it with a macro infrastructure.
Okay, so that's kind of that. That also requires a different kind of approach to the market and a strategy from the network operators, isn't it? They need to think in different ways about how they're going to. It's all about making money at the end of the day.
It is, yeah.
Are the operators? Do you expect to have a lot of discussions at MWC 2020 about how the operators will make money out of their 5G plans?
We have been discussing this for quite some time.
Yeah, but with some actual, we don't know, or it'll save us some money, we think. Well, things have moved on from that.
I think the way the market is moving collectively is with some important exceptions. But on overall, service providers think that they are a platform to deliver services to their consumers or enterprise customers, but those services are not necessarily built by service providers themselves. So in the past, we used to talk about the aggregator, super aggregator business model. Now, I think we go a step ahead and we call it the platform business model, sitting in between consumers and producers, sitting in between enterprises and provider of services. Now, what does it mean to be a good platform is the following question. So in that, we see a lot of activities in big data, in analytics, in AI, to deliver to the customer a good experience in using services, but also to segment the customer base in a way that is appealing to those producers.
Right.
So a huge amount of activities in AI and in big data with that regard. So, of course, platform also means how do you onboard services from third parties? How do you enable third parties to access your audience in a way? Those activities are probably not as sexy as a new base station or a new device, but they're probably more important than that.
When was the last time? When was the last time you looked at a base station and thought, "Whoa, fancy a bit of that"?
Well, I'm sure there are people in the industry who do that.
Let's not go down that route. Not in today's video. Okay, excellent. So, so a lot to talk about in Barcelona this year. So, just finally, and this is the key question I need to ask everybody in the run up to Barcelona. What is your go-to food when you're at MWC? What's your tapas of choice?
Whatever I can grab in between meetings, which normally is...
come on, you're not meeting 24/7. In the evening, what's your go-to? What are you looking for?
I expect a lot of queso manchego and jamon. So that is the go. We are in Spain after all, and the food is very good.
Yeah.
I think the other thing I'm expecting from this year Mobile World Congress is to see a new kind of device going around.
We're back off food and onto work.
We're back off food. We're gonna see a lot of masks being worn by people. So that's the new device of Mobile World Congress.
Yes. No, that is a frightening reality that's facing us at the moment. Let's hope by the time we get to Barcelona that everybody that needs to be there is there, and everybody has a a healthy show.
It will be.
Yeah. Okay, Dario, thanks very much.
Thank you, Ray.